There we go. Turn my mic on. Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we've done this. Been a little busy, but I'm back and excited to go over this Workout Wednesday Live today. We're going to be talking about some proportional brushing in Tableau from a great challenge from Erica. So let's go ahead and dive in and take a look at what we're going to be dealing with here. So as you can see here, we've got a nice bar chart by subcategory. We're going to view, looks like we've got, let's look at the actual interactive here. Yeah, so we've got view bars as, so we've got some selections here. Total sales or percent of total. And then we're going to highlight how many products are we going to highlight. And you can change this, 5, if we change this to 5, you can see the bars change. Change this to 15, the bars change, so on and so forth. Good stuff like that. So that's what we're going to do. So let's go ahead and let's bring this back to 10. And let's do this. Top 10 products for each subcategory. All right, so the first thing that we need to do is let's bring category, let's bring subcategory out to rows. As Tableau thinks what to do, let's go ahead and make this entire view so everyone can see what we're doing here. We'll do sales on columns. Sort this descending. There we go. Chairs, phone, storage. Now all we need to do is let's go create a product name set. So let's right click on product name, go down to create set. Go to top field, top 10 by sales. We'll just leave it as product name. Actually, before we do that, we're going to go ahead and drop this down and we're going to create a new parameter, and this is going to be called the top end products. And we'll leave it at 10 and we'll just have all. We don't need a range or anything like that. So we'll just drop that in as all. Click that OK. We've set our default format or default value to 10, so that should be good there. Click OK. I'm going to go ahead and show this top end here. Top end is right there. You can see that. I'll move that over here to the right, to the left, because I like it better over there. Now, all we have to do is take this set. Well, we need to, where is that set that we created? Product name set. There we go. And let's just drag it on. And let's just drag it on there. And that doesn't work. So, how on earth are we going to do this? So, let's drop in, and because what I think is happening is that it's doing it for it's doing the top 10 products overall, right? It's not doing top 10 products within each subcategory. It's doing the top 5 products for overall. So let's go back into this set, and we'll do a top 10, a top product, top end products by, this is going to be fixed on subcategory sum of sales. Is that how we're going to do this? No, because it needs to be aggregated. Okay, how are we going to do this? So we need, well, let's back out of this. So right now what we've got is we've got this. What we need to have is this kind of, it needs to be in context, right? So we need, basically what we can do here, maybe we'll just break it out, right? So what we can do here is we can do for doing here? We want to try to think here. We need so let's think about this. Let's bring subcategory. Let's bring product name. Yeah, let's do all of them, right? Do sales. And then we'll do product here. And actually I won't do that, I'll do that here. Ooh, maybe not sets. What we need to do, let's do, instead of doing a set, let's do some table calculations. It's basically what we're going to do is we're going to rank everything, right? So first what we'll do here is we'll do a nested on sum of sales. We'll do this nested sum of sales, right? So we have for each, so whenever we start at the next one, it starts over, right? And so then what we can do is we can do rank of product by category, by subcategory. Rank of product by subcategory, and that's just going to be an index right there. Okay? And we'll bring that out. Make this discrete. And you can see it goes here. And right now, what it's doing is it's just continuing on, right? And that's not what we want. We want it to restart. So let's change how we're using this table calculation. And we don't want table down, we want pane down, right? And actually, we don't want pane down because that's not working. So we'll go to specific dimensions, and we'll restart every subcategory, right? So subcategory and product in that order, and then we'll restart every subcategory. Let's also, while we're here, just force a descending category. We want sales, and we want the sum of sales, right? So what we're doing is we're hard coding. We're not using table down, pane down, across down, down across, whatever, right? We're not doing any of that. We're actually forcing Tableau to do this calculation in this way, using these dimensions, starting over, and doing all of that, right? So what we are trying to do, and then we're forcing the sort, right? And the reason that we're going to do that, the reason that we're using this is because this is how we're going to be able to, because now we're going to be able to use this calculation in a cascading calculation to find out if a product is in the top 10. So then what we're going to do is we're going to create another calculated field, and we'll call this rank of product by subcategory is less than or equal to 10. And it's actually not going to be 10, it's going to be the top N products. And we'll call this rank check. Now that's just going to return true or false, right? So if I drop this out here, I get true to 10 and then false. Let's make sure this is working. True, 10, great. Let's go ahead and force this calculation again. Because we are using the same calculation, it inherits the previous table calculation scope and direction, right? So it's keeping that, which is good. We need that because whenever we start to shift things around from a bar chart, that's when you can expect to see that. So that whenever we start to shift this around to bar charts as opposed to just a table, our scope and direction within each stays the same. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we need to sum up. So we'll say if rank check, and because it's a Boolean, I don't need to put true because it will automatically default to true. So we'll do if rank check, then return sales, else null, else 0. And we actually need this to be sum of sales, because rank check is a table calculation. It requires us to have any measures to be also aggregated. And I will call this top end sales. Let's just build this out, right? And now what I'll do is, you can see here, what I'll do here is, that's good, right? We can see that it's returning that. I'm going to go ahead and in here, I'm going to go ahead and create another calculation just because we're going to piece this out, right? Piece by piece, right? So let's do, now this is the total top end sales. And that's just going to be total. We'll just wrap this in a total. And we'll do that. And we'll wrap this in a sum, just like that. Nope. Is already an aggregate, can't be further aggregated. Okay. But whenever I do that, it won't let me do that either. Oh, total cannot include, okay. Total cannot include a table calculation. Okay, let's do a window. Let's change this total into a window sum. Now, whenever we drop this guy out here, let's just see, it's not working, right? So let's see why it's not working. Is it because it's doing it for every? No. I would expect this to start over. Okay. Oh, because I have that. Okay, so there. Subcategory. So that's starting over there. Custom sort, yep, that's what that is. Top end sales should be the exact same. Starting over subcategory. There we go. Starting over subcategory, and we'll just force this to be sales sum. There we go. Okay. So again, just a little bit of manipulation with this, right? We just need to, first we have the sales, then we isolated the top 10, and then what we did is we did a window sum of this, but then we had to manipulate the scope and direction in order to get that to total the correct way. And the way that we had, because we're using multiple table calculations within our window function, we had to set the scope and direction independently, right? So this is why it's really helpful to, it can be, depending on your use case, not in this one particularly, but in other use cases, it can be really helpful to write your table calculations as separate calculations and then build on each other, because you can get this nested table calculation. And what you can do with that is you can actually set your scope and direction independently within each of your table calculations. Because if you were to write one giant case statement or function that had multiple table calculations in it, whenever you go here, you're basically setting the scope and direction for all of the table calculations within that function. But whenever you nest them, you're able to get you're able to do that independently. So not a lot of there are some use cases where that can be helpful. So now that we have that, now what we need to do is we have the numerator, right? We have the numerator to figure out this percentage. We have the numerator, and that's what this top end sales is. So now what we need to do is we need to do the total subcategory sales. So total subcategory sales here, right? And we'll do that as a total sum of sales. Now the reason that we're able to do this is because sales is a non-aggregate field. It's coming from the database. It doesn't have any aggregates on it. So that's how we're able to get that. You saw before I did the window sum, I tried to do a total function of the top end sales, and Tableau said no thank you. I can't do a total of a table calculation, which is interesting, but whatever. So we work with what we've got. So we'll click OK here. That puts that there. Let's drop that here. Now again, you can see here on my split, it's not doing that. It's not restarting. So we need to go in here to our top end sales, top end total, not the top end, the total subcategory sales, and we need to edit that correctly. So we'll do product by subcategory, and we need to swap this around so that we can have it started every subcategory, restart every subcategory, and again, we'll just make sure that while we're doing this, that everything stays the same, so we're able to do that, right? Now, so now we have the denominator for this, and now. And the reason that we're going to be able to do this is because as you can see here, we have values on each row, right? Sometimes, depending on how you do things, that's why window functions are really helpful, is because you want to be able to get the same value on the same row so that Tableau can do any type of, percent of total or that kind of thing. So now what we'll do is we will do, and again, there are probably multiple ways to go about solving this, but we are just going to do the percent of top end sales, and this is just going to be, I'm just going to drag in my top end sales as my numerator, my total subcategory sales as my denominator. Format this as a percentage of 1 decimal or 0 decimals, and then I'll just drag this out, and hopefully chairs shows 33 on each row if I've done this correctly. Hey, look at that! And 25 on phones, 25 phones, and so we'll do the scientific method, and we'll do 3 subcategories. We got to do 3 checks to make sure that we get it right. So 33, 25, 35. Bingo, I call that. So you get 3 checks, right? You're good. If you remember from your elementary science class, when you do an experiment, you got to do it 3 times just to confirm that you did it right. At least that's how I was taught. So, okay. So that's good. So that's going to give us that green bar, right? That's going to give us the green bar, the dark green bar. But what are we going to do about that extra bar? Well, there's a couple different things that we can do. What I'm going to do is, and actually, because we have sales value, right? So let's start to let's duplicate this, and then let's start to swizzle a few things around, right? So what we're going to do, we're going to keep subcategory. We can get rid of product name. And it throws an error. So we need product name to be in the view. Okay, so that works. I don't need any of this. I don't need, what I'll do is I'll do the top n of, oh yeah, this guy is going to go over here. And that's discrete. And that's 33%, so that matches that. That's good. But now what I need to do is I need to have my measure values. I need to filter to measure values, and we'll do top n. Yeah, top n sales along product item subcategory. There we go. Just those two. I'm going to move measure values to rows. Nope, to columns. Move that to right, and that's not working the way that I want to. And the reason for that is because we have a dimension for every. So okay, let's do. We might have to redo the way that we're doing this. Might have to rethink how I'm doing this here. There we go. Let's do that for now. Top end total sales, top end. Yeah. Okay. So what about if I let's do another version of this. Let's do category but I've still got to do the index of product, right? I've still got to be able to index at the level of product, which means product has to be in the view somewhere. Because what I was thinking about doing is you could do, let's do include. Well, that wouldn't work. Because why wouldn't that work? So if I were to remove product name, all of my table calculations are going to break. And now if I do this, if I go back here, Tableau is going to be like, yo, hey, you didn't do that. So if we do that, right, and if we do that, edit this, you can start to see that Tableau is going to not do things the right way. Yeah. And then because we have, yeah, so total subcategory sales. $335, yeah. So you can see here that it's not, and this guy is not even working right? Because if I do table down, or pane down, I should say, yeah, I get something that doesn't. So this is not working. So we need to kind of rethink this. So we have. So we have this. How are we going to do this? Create calculated field. And no, we're not gonna do that. Because Because we know that that's not working. We have our numbers here, right? And the reason that that's working is because we're able to get, like if I remove this, it's going to break because that's how it's. And I tried doing sets here, right? We tried doing sets earlier, but the reason is because sets are not at this product set. What about condition? No. Total top sales by, yeah. But I want the set to be for each category, and it's not doing that. Yeah. Let's do fixed on subcategory. Include product set. We'll do exclude. Well, that's not going to work. Well, I guess what we could do. No, it's not going to work because we still only have. So you really have to figure out how am I going to do this by product while keeping, because what she's got here, you can see here, these are bars, right? And you can see here that so she's kind of doing a bar and bar, all right? And I can see that because a bar on top of a bar. So she is able to figure out, is that a, let's go back. Total subcategory. Yeah, that. We know that. All right. Oh yeah, I don't want that. Let's sign in here. Sales for top end. Okay. Window sum if see how she did these. For each product name, custom sort, sum of sale. We did that. That's good. What am I missing here? Product name. What in the world? Okay, that's just it's a dummy sort. Okay. P sales. Right, so window sum, if index is less than 5, which is the window sum of index minus of index greater, less than or equal to top end, and some sales. We've done that. I've done that. Aggregate sales for top end. Yep, sales for subcategory. Sum of sales by subcategory. Okay. Okay, well, she's got that here. Okay. And rank. Yeah. Rank check some sales. And that's what this is. No, that's what this is. She window summed that, which is what I did on a different, right? I window summed that, okay. So then, but what I don't understand is how she's able remove that, then she's got don't need this, no, this will come up here. Discrete, 33%, that's good, okay. Completely changes things. Okay. But I'm what am I not getting here? This has to be done. What is that? so she's done that by that. Okay. I have done everything that she's done. I'm missing something though. What am I missing here? Okay, let's just do this here. Subcategory. And yeah, everything breaks. I need more room to figure this out here. Oh, what's this? Index equals 1. Oh. Oh. Interesting. So then if you just do index discrete by product name, move that over here. Create calculated field, index, discrete, 1. That's just going to do product name, 1. Okay. Is getting us closer, but it's not getting us all the way there. So this is how essentially how they've done it, which is fine, which is good. But I'm not quite all the way there. So let's, there we go, and then play. Okay, let's go back to here because we know this is working. So if I bring up this and 1, and then I do edit table calculation, subcategory, and then I do edit, and I do none, and I do 1. There. Now that there. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. Now let's talk about how we got there, right? Why this works. So I was there. I just needed to filter to one product within each subcategory. Why? Why am I filtering down to just one? Well, look over here. Where's our sheet? Oh, we moved it, right? We got rid of it. But do you remember whenever I showed you the view that had the crosstab view that had the same row, that had the same value on every row? Remove all of the rows except for one, and then you remove all the dimensions. That's pretty sneaky, right? That is messing with that is truly manipulating the order of operations, right? Because you can have multiple product names, because if you think about the order of operations, table calculations happen way down at the bottom, right? So you can take stuff out, but you can still have higher cardinalities happening. That's really smart. I should have done that. I've done that before. Why didn't I think about that? I mean, she did index equals 1. I could have done first equals 0. We could have done first equals 0, last equals 0, index equals size, whatever we wanted to do just to get down to one row. So if we go back here, let's just go back to where we were before, and I'll show you what is working. Let's go all the way back. We getting there, maybe? Yeah, we're getting there. Okay. Right? Here we are. This is where we're at. Now I'm going to do this. I'm going to create a calculated field, call it filter to one row, index, change it to discrete, take it up to filters, 1. That obviously isn't what we want, so we go edit table calculation by subcategory, restarting every subcategory with our specific dimensions of sum of sales descending, just so that we get everything working the right way again. And then we go down here to filter again, and now we just look at the first row. What we'll get is the first row of every product per subcategory. I should have known that. Yeah. So that's how that works, right? Cool. Glad we got there. Glad we figured it out. So now from there, what we can do here, we'll just do it, right? We just do filter to one row on 1. But now we need to change our scope and direction, starting every subcategory, specific dimensions. Just do this sum of sales real quick, And now we'll do edit filter, just show the one row. There we go. And now we'll do a couple different ways you can do this, right? One, you can do this. Well, let's do that. Let's do automatic bars, right? So there's how she's, and now we'll get out of this. Don't save. There we go. Bring this back over. Right. And now what we need to do, we need to figure out that sort. So the sort is going to be on total sales, right? So what we'll do is we'll bring this down here. It's going to look funky for a minute. We'll change it to discrete. Flip it over here. Things look weird. That's okay. Actually, we want to go back over here. Total subcategory sales. There we go. Discrete. Flip it over here. Now, you can see here things get weird, right? Why did it do that? Why did it do that? Because we just flip the sign, change it back to discrete, flip it back over here. Now we have that. Now we can do our dual axis. Synchronize. All right, and there we have. Whoop, yep. So and then we can say, well, let's just check, right? Let's do, yeah, okay. Well, that's not working. That blue is not working, right? Because that clearly doesn't show 92% of the bar. So what are we doing here? Yeah. Remove that. There. Oh. Let's do this one more time. Nope. Go here. Tooltips reset. Yeah, what happened to top? Why is that not doing it what I would expect? Because that number should be 111, not 21. It's all right. Oh, top, oh. Top end total sales. Total top end sales. Ah. I messed up my measure names. Total top end sales. Total subcategory sales. Measure values. Okay. All right, what are we doing here? We're gonna do this here, get rid of this, get rid of this, filter measure values to get rid of that, get rid of this, top end sales. Nope, that and that, yep. Okay. And then we'll do measure names, and then we'll make measure values here. Or no, here, I should say. Let's run this. There we go. And we'll do that. There we go. And then we'll do total subcategory sales as discrete. That doesn't matter because we have to do this, and then we'll do discrete, and then we do that, and that brings us there. And where's that 92? Copiers. So on this one, what you can see whenever we do this, so the other thing we need to think about here is we have these as stacked bars right now. So there's a really cool feature in the analysis menu for stacked marks, and obviously they're always on, but you can turn them off. And whenever I do that, we'll now flip the order of them. And now you can see that they're no longer stacking on top of each other. So they're no longer, you can start to see a kind of percentage that way, right? So that's good. All right, now we can change our colors. I like the jewel bright. And do total sales green, blue, bingo bango, just like that, right? Yeah. So there we go. So that does that one. And then if we wanted to switch between percentages, then really what we'd just do is we would substitute the, where did that go? Percent of end sales. That needs to go here. Discrete. 33%. Bingo. Now, what we need to do is we will create a calculated field to just say, we'll flip a parameter. We'll create a parameter that says show, what did she say? Don't publish. We're there. We're good now. We'll do, sales view bars as. View bars as. And I'll make it since it's only 2, I'll make it a Boolean. Whenever it's true, it'll be sales value. Whenever it's false, it'll be percent of total sales. Right? Isn't that what you call it? Yeah, percent of total. Very good. Okay. So now we'll create a calculation off of this. And we'll call this total N value. Case when 1, then sales, else There we go. And then we'll do another value, or we can just duplicate that one. Total in value, total subcategory value. Total sub value. Whenever it's this, it'll actually be this. And whenever it's the percentage, it'll just be 1 because that's the 100%, right? That's the full sale. That's the percent of total of 100. Click apply. And we just change up these measures to total in value, total sub value. And everything got flipped around because we created new calculations. That's what I just did, though. Product name. There we go. Nope. We're back down to that. Nope, that doesn't work. Why in the world is this taking so long? Let's go back to when we knew it was right. Okay. Same thing. Good. Edit. Yep. Edit. Just trying to make sure everything is set up the same. Total in, top in. Oh, is that because, is that why? No, it's not. There it is, maybe. Minus total subcategory in that nested value. Oh, because of the percentage. That's why. Okay. Well, let's check the requirements. One sheet. Dang it. Okay. Sales percent. Okay. I don't know. It should. Okay. This is frustrating me. Okay. Well, that's interesting. All right, well, I'm going to have to figure this out later. Thanks for watching me struggle through this. Hopefully this was enjoyable. Hopefully you learned something. I cannot figure out why I can't just add those as a parameter. But I'll figure it out whenever I've had a little bit more time. So appreciate you watching. It's always nice to do this. Go forth and viz.